If you sign in for Chelsea, you sign in for the hunger of titles. You sign in for being absolutely competitive in every competition you play. People should be excited to come to Stamford Bridge. People should be excited and feel that the team plays with a special kind of energy and atmosphere. These are also the soft points of success.
The most important thing is the team, and if everybody will raise our levels, the team will get stronger and stronger.
Encouraging to know that a manager wants to push you to your limits, to know the player that you are, the player that you could be.
The opportunity to compete for titles with the best managers and the best teams. One of the biggest clubs in the world, in the most competitive league of the world. That was a pretty easy choice.
Thomas, good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you.
Look what I have.
Oh my word!
Look what I have on my desk. Who's that?
Where's the table? It just keeps the coffee table up.
Look at the shirt. Look at the.
I know.
The
Retro.
Nice,
shirt,
no?
that one.
Very nice.
The material used to be horrible.
I got it from the author.
Oh, from Jacob. Yeah.
Yeah, from Jacob.
Right.
And I wanted to ask you: are you involved in this book?
Excellent.
Is it worth reading? Are you involved?
It's worth to put under
because there are
under
3
the
books
table.
about me, and I'm not involved in one of them.
I know.
So I
I've had a few of them done.
Yeah.
That is my book. Yeah.
That's your book.
That's my book.
So you will sign it later for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
No worries. Great.
Good.
If you can cast your mind back, I've set this up here. So you come and arrive at the bridge, and it's Wolves. I covered the game, so your first game, and you go straight into
This shape.
the shape that I love myself, because I loved it when I was a manager.
Where did you play?
Well, no,
Let's
I wish I could have played in that
Yeah,
system.
one of these two?
One of them two.
Yeah, of course.
But I never did.
Yeah.
We always played 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Strict, it was too straight. That was our problem. And that's why with England, and when I came to Chelsea, I tried to do this. We didn't quite have the players. But this is the system that I loved. So why, my question was, you went straight into the 3 and the wing backs against that first game.
Yeah.
And why?
Because we had the players.
You had the
like
players.
exactly
Yeah.
the other way around.
Yeah.
I believed we had the players.
Yeah.
And I didn't have too much time to watch too many games Chelsea because it was like done in
course.
2.5 days or something, like call and negotiation and let's go.
Yeah.
But and then we had some thoughts. We knew that Wolves will play in a back 5 with wing backs. This was for us because they played in the season every game with Nuno as a coach in a back 5.
With Cody.
With 2
Cody
strikers and 2 strikers up front, 2 fast strikers. And we thought if we play in a 4, it can cause us trouble with the wing backs, and we end up constantly in a 2 against 2.
Yeah.
We are not full of confidence. If we do one little mistake, maybe we concede a goal and everything breaks.
And you hadn't had that chance, obviously, then to work with the team that much.
We did
on
not.
that
We
system.
had one training session.
Yeah, so you,
We knew they played it before with Antonio Conte.
yeah,
So there were several reasons. And then we knew, okay, we had Aspi, our captain, and I wanted to have the captain on the pitch. And we knew he played this role
played
in
there,
the
yeah.
back three with Antonio Conte.
yeah.
And then we went through the team.
So-
we had a double six, so from there
Yeah,
we
in
thought
the
like,
two
come on,
holding
we also
players.
do a 5 because it fits very, very good to the opponents to defend.
Yeah.
And we always have a 3 against 2, so we
So-
should be protected.
So a
And
lot of it was your opposition, your first game.
also, yeah.
So how many times did you play this with your other clubs, with Paris and Dortmund?
We tried with
too many times.
We did it with Dortmund.
Yeah.
We figured it out before a game, I think, against Benfica or Porto, and we always played a 4. We always played a 4-2-3-1 with Dortmund.
Yeah.
And then they were attacking us with 2 strikers, and we put like the left fullback high and shifted everybody else
Across.
a little bit here.
And then they went across.
And they went a bit
Yeah.
for the build-up.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it was a 3-2-4-1.
Yeah.
And to defend, we went back in a 4-2. So,
So
this was the start of it.
So yeah, so you come here and then suddenly you say, I've got the players to play this.
Yeah.
My coming away from that game, because I think it was 0-0, but you dominated the game.
Yeah, 0-0.
And coming away from the game, I was thinking, I wonder if he stays, because Frank tried
Me
it a few
too.
times.
Me too.
I wonder if they stay with
Yeah,
this
me too.
template or they change it.
It
back
was
to a
just
4.
for this game,
Yeah.
because we said we wanted to give very quick, easy messages, and I said like, okay, let's be always 3 against 2 here,
Yeah.
that they don't catch us here, and if we do a mistake, we still are 3 against 2 superiority, and they don't have the advantage on the wing backs.
Yeah.
From there we go.
So you matched
So but we did so good, and the game was not so enjoyable to watch. But from the sideline, there was such good behavior within the structure.
Yeah, you saw them.
That I
working
thought,
well.
like, actually, in the next day, we said, like, in the meeting,
Let's
we
stay
can
with this.
We can stay with it.
Yeah.
And then whom do we play next? And the next match was Burnley, 4-4-2, and it fitted again
easy.
good against 3 against 2. So I thought, like, okay,
this
let's do it
system
again.
when you play against 4-4-2,
It's
makes it
difficult to play with a 4-4-2
well,
against it.
I used to
believe.
like playing against it. The only
Yeah.
problem was the fullbacks
Yeah.
you have to deal
Yes.
with. Obviously, when you've got the 2
Yeah.
up, but you've got the little inside forward. The key for me, what do you see this guy as the key?
Yeah.
You've got,
Of course.
he's the key of that
we
back
have
3.
Thiago Silva.
Silva is. I was going to say.
Yeah, it's made for him. Like
it's
in
made.
this kind of league, with
Yeah.
his age, his
In a 4, I don't think I don't think he'd want to be coming out here
He
or
doesn't.
being
I mean,
stretched, but he doesn't have to.
I
does
was
he?
lucky enough that I coached him in Paris. He was my captain in Paris, and he has that kind of behavior. In a back 4, he does not like to
come out there,
to come out
Yeah.
and cover. He stays and protects the
And he
goal, which
doesn't
is
need
fair
to,
enough.
does he?
No, he does not need
Now
to.
he doesn't need to. But for me, and this is why I played a 3 at the back, was with the ball. My
Yeah.
main thing was with the ball, to give your opponents the major problem. But he gives you, I mean, Christensen does it okay.
Yeah.
There's other players in the, Cody does it okay
Yeah.
for Wolves. But this man here, he
Yeah.
just seems to pick the pass that hurts you.
Yeah.
As the opponent, he will pick a pass to your pocket players here, your number
Yeah.
10s through the, and then he's got the diagonal. This is the player for me that. And when Thiago's playing, when I'm covering Chelsea and I'm think, he's playing good. I'm going to
it's
enjoy
a bit
it
like
today.
this. It's even at the sideline.
At
a little bit like
Leicester,
this.
he was.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable
Yeah.
at Leicester. He was
He has
beautiful.
so many games where
Yeah.
he shows his quality.
And he's defending as well. So he's a real key moment.
Of
That
course.
player, whoever he is.
Yeah, he is
and
key
if
in
you
the
can,
system.
I don't know if there's a youngster coming through.
You know,
that
we
can-
played sometimes, like with Paris, we played sometimes with Marquinhos in this role.
Yeah.
So with Kimpembe and Thiago Silva and Marquinhos in the middle role, to have the chance
To go in
put
with the ball.
Marquinhos sometimes
Yeah.
to defend or even to attack in a 4-3-3, because
Yeah.
then we just pushed these backs and it was suddenly a midfield of 3. This is what Thiago does not like so much.
No.
But with a player like Marquinhos,
Yeah.
and we did it with Ruben Loftus-Cheek in a cup game in Luton.
You did. I saw that.
This can also be very interesting.
Yeah, I saw you play. He came on for one game as well against somebody and played
Yeah.
there. Interesting. But and that is really the way that I had when I stopped at England. That's what hurt me. I had Rio Ferdinand. ready to do that. And
Ready to do it. Yeah,
he was unbelievable on the ball. So he would come into there, and I said to him, "I want you to watch some tapes of the German teams."
Yeah.
With Sammer and Matthias, way back to Beckenbauer. And that's the thing that. But you're saying
exactly.
Thiago does it with the pass. He beats players with the pass. Yeah. So that's so important.
I think he's had the same impact on not just me but the group. You know, ever since he walked in, he made his message quite clear and evident on what he wants. He's very ambitious and wants to win. You know, and very passionate as well.
Yeah, he's a very, very demanding manager, which is what you want. He pushes us every day. If you're not on it, he'll tell you you're not on it. If you're doing well, he'll give you confidence. And when you've got a manager that you know will tell you the truth, it's what you want, because you know where you need to improve, you know what you're doing well. When you go into games, we're feeling fresh, we're feeling fit, because training is so intense that when we come on to match days on the weekend, you know, we're ready.
Just going to the wing backs, Thomas.
Yeah.
There's times, obviously, when you have to go into the 5, and we've just clipped a little clip here where I think this is against Norwich, where the press is still on, but the 5 are there, and we're looking at Reece James, how the wing backs are so important, the development of how when he goes,
and then he goes.
That's beautiful.
Goes at full speed. Yeah. He goes through the line, and he needed to be deep because they had 4 strikers.
They put the wide men up against you, and they force you back to a 5.
Yeah,
and that's the slight problem. Here again, we just see the importance of the wing backs getting forward. The James and Chilwell are this time on the other side, but they're level. They're level in the last third. Is that what you encourage them to be in the same position? Whereas maybe back, they might be a little bit slightly different when the ball's deeper, but as you get forward, every time I see Chelsea, the opposite wing back is always in sync with the other side, left and right.
I think in attack, the opposite wing back on the other side plays a huge role. And he needs to arrive in the box, otherwise you don't have enough players in the box to be dangerous.
That's what I feel is a real problem when you're playing against your team, is that they arrive in there at the very right moment.
Because where the ball is, you sometimes need them also deep to have the short connections in the passing, but on the other side you need to
It's
arrive
amazing
in the box.
because we used to say sometimes to defenders or midfield players, you have a piece of string, you're working as a piece of string, but this is a big piece of string that they have to be in sync all the way in the pitch, you know, in the same positions, and they play off each other. Although they're on the opposite side of the pitch, you do that absolutely fantastic.
But they don't have to be on the same height all the time.
No.
It can be like where the ball is, they can be deeper and help because they're needed to help and have the overload on the side to have a combination play. But on the other side, on the diagonal switch, he needs to arrive, and it's sometimes also. Can even be in half field.
Yeah, and I think what I used to say, up until there, sometimes the opposite needs to be. If you lose it, you might have to get on the cover. Of course. You can't be too early. So it's as you progress through the pitch, that's where I think Chelsea, whoever it is,
it's complex. Sometimes it's also necessary that you come in even here, like when they play here, that you don't get isolated. You don't isolate yourself because the distance can be quite long.
Yeah.
So you don't.
There's one thing that I'd like to ask you, which I wasn't planning to ask you, but we're talking about wing backs. This year, is there a slight difference sometimes where these are coming inside?
Yeah, sometimes.
And Aston Quetta does it more than anyone.
He loves
to arrive in here.
Yes, he loves it.
And then your pocket player, your 10, goes out wide.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a slight difference.
They need to take care about each other. When he's pinning players here, he can be
inside.
He can be in the half.
Which is another change.
Yes.
And these two obviously always important because they give you the basic, the 2-6s.
We have great players on loan. We have great players again in the academy. And if we find players from outside who have the character and the quality to make us better, we will not hesitate. We have also very young players. We have very, very talented players who will maybe, like for sure, can reach the next level.
What Thomas did at Chelsea is absolutely exceptional, I have to say. I was never in doubt about it that he will have a massive impact there. European Coach of the Year, and absolutely deserved. Nobody had a bigger impact last season than he had.
They're European champions from last year. They've got an incredibly strong squad. They've got a really good team, good manager.
I think the most important thing is always how you are able to lean the focus in the right direction. I think it's up to you to find the right words, and I'm sure that Thomas does this in a fantastic way because he has these qualities.
Excellent in all departments. So creative. One of the few managers I learn constantly to develop a better manager on myself. Always I enjoy watching his teams and the way he's playing and the approach. I think he dignifies and he makes the whole football better.
I believe we need them, the 2-6, first of all, in a short connection to the back three.
The shield.
To have like the for the build-up, the short connections, to go from build-up to the attacking phase, and then the all five need to be high up the pitch to close all the spaces.
And that's the beauty of it, the five
attacking
attacking players that you end up having.
Yeah.
Because these two are balancing off beautifully. And also these come out as well.
Yes,
that's where you cause so many problems for people. When I see them, these outside centre-backs can go. I mean, Rudiger, the crowd getting going, he goes.
The crowd,
he loves to go all the way.
The louder the crowd is, the more he goes.
We can just see here that the five attacking players there in this clip against Newcastle.
Yeah.
And you've got your two holding players. That's just what was set up there on the board.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, that you get an overload in the end. I think if we play it through, is it Alonso's gone right into the penalty area. So you've ended, and look at the opposite wing back, he's in the box. You've got
they need to be in the box, and they need to have also the freedom, you know. They need to have, in the end, the five players need to have the freedom to find their positions and to adapt to what the opponents offers to us. So they don't think about, in this moment, they only should think about scoring goals, and not about like covering against the counter-attack.
They've got
these two have to be as high up the pitch as possible.
So the balance is always perfect.
Not always, but
most
but it is about the balance, and they have to put in the effort when we are attacking.
So we're never asking these to go. Maybe occasions, but maybe Kante does it.
You can go.
I mean, this man Kante. Let's say it's like having three players in there defensively.
Yeah,
he's like two players, isn't he?
Yes, he's like two players.
He's incredible. Yeah, the amount of ground that he covers and the reading of the game.
It's unique.
It's unique.
It's unique. And like, even like on the sideline, when you think, oh, today he has a pretty normal match, and then you watch the data on the next day, you can only say, oh, sorry, I misjudged it, because he still runs like in intensity level like two players.
How he reads the game and pinches balls is amazing.
I think I grew as a player, as a person, and maybe sometimes these downs help you as a person and as a player as well, and you can learn from it. Of course it was difficult for me, but also here the teammates, the staff, they helped me a lot. I think I still have a lot of room to improve. I'm still very young, and I'm hungry, and I want to achieve more.
One of the form players in the Premier League. He is scoring week on week, and Chelsea are profiting.
Now, if we can just look at the top of the pitch, the three at the top at times.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool and Man City have got this, they don't play with a number 9. And you've now, with Havertz going up there, I think, how do you see Havertz? Do you see him as a 9, a half 9, or a no 9?
I'm still not sure.
Yeah.
I see a kind of a bit of Dennis Bergkamp, Robin van Persie, Berbatov kind of player.
Yeah.
He can play in the half position, I think, because he has good runs, but he is also feels free from the 9, and creates overloads to one side, and he arrives in the
He's prepared to go out here, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And here,
yes,
and then arrive in the box.
It's not always an advantage, but he has a good timing for it.
I think would we say that's how he played for Leverkusen? Right. When I saw him play there, I thought he played right at the top.
Position,
he played
many
more
games
at the top when he was scoring them goals.
And I was like, when I watched him in Leverkusen, did not know that I once will coach him. But when I was in Paris, and we watched, of course, Leverkusen because they had an interesting squad, and especially also for him, and they made him play as a 9.
Yeah.
Was very interesting, and was like I said. I remember when I watched I think cup final or something against Bayern with my staff, and said this could be a good role for him.
Yeah, good position.
Let's see.
He's come on fire now. He's obviously for whatever reasons, we won't go down that road. But here he is there again. He's an assister, and now he's beginning to finish. I mean, there's Mount, who I think has been sensational for you as well. But it's interesting that City at the moment, Liverpool, they don't play with. For me, he looks he's almost like a target man. You can play him as a little bit of a target, but he's actually.
But like you see, he likes to be from that because he is used to play from the half field, which makes him very fluid, and gives a certain edge. And I mean, Liverpool and City are the benchmark, and they are setting the standards over the last years. And it's like you say, they don't have a real reference number 9 up front, and so it is
you can only play that system for me when you have the ball, when you know in the last third that you're going to have so much of the ball that no one needs to be your focal point. If you haven't got that, you can't play that. You need that little focus possibly. But I think at the moment this guy Havertz is doing both jobs for you.
Yeah, he is.
He really is.
It's very good.
He's been fantastic. So I love the system, love watching you play, and
thanks.
The next question for me, the last question, is the building of this squad. With the youngsters that have come through from the academy, with the amount of players you've got, good players on loan, is the next step is the squad to challenge City and Liverpool for the league.
Yes, and I think we would be there if we have dealt better with Corona and our long-term injuries. They had a huge influence. I think we could be closer already. And like you said, and like you explained, the wing backs are a key role in this, and we were missing our specialists with Ben Chilwell and especially also with Reece James for so many matches, both of them, that it was hard. And then we had we struggled in Corona suddenly, the midfielders, all of the midfielders had it, then suddenly all of the defenders had it. It was
so that hit you in the same units, in the same areas of the pitch.
And it's not an excuse, but I think we have what it takes to continue to challenge them, and we will not stop doing it.
No, I think absolutely. I think that you're correct. This squad is almost good enough to do it. With those, what you've just explained are facts, they're not excuses. But so the building of the next, will it come from within the academy, do you think?
Also,
or these loans?
I think for Chelsea both of them. We have great players on loan. It's a tradition here. We have great players again in the academy. And if we find players from outside who have the character and the quality to make us better, we will not hesitate. We have also very young players. We have very, very talented players who will maybe, for sure, can reach the next level with
Yes.
us, like Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Reece, Ben. Like there's so many youngsters in there.
They're still
in
young.
their 20, 21s, 22s, 23s. So there's no limit for them, and they still can progress.
And yet, all those wonderful players still love watching your 37-year-old.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to.
It's wonderful. That's been brilliant.
It's a good mix.
Lovely.
It's a good mix.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Thanks.
God bless.
Same.